Hey Aquarius, it's Tasha, aka Mama Jim, and this is your March 2016 monthly Tarotscope. So, yay! I am back, y'all. I just want to say thank you to all of our True Blue subscribers and friends and followers who stuck with me. I know I was absent in February. The girl was real tired, super duper tired, and was going through some personal things. And so I just needed some time off. I overexerted myself, wasn't taking good care of myself as far as keeping myself balanced and grounded and cleared and all that good stuff. And so I got overexerted. So, but I'm back ready to do these readings for you guys because I love to do them. And I have a new deck. This is the Housewives Tarot. I like this deck, y'all. I'm doing with the series with for March. I've been led to do readings to tell you what you need to let go of in the month of March. Um, and it's been coming out pretty well with the other signs. And this is for Aquarius, general, sun, moon, and rising. So make sure you watch your rising sign and your moon sign. But I feel like they've been resonating pretty well with people, and I feel like it's going to be received very well as well. So I just want to say thank you again, and we're gonna get into it now. Back to the Housewives Tarot, y'all. This deck is very whimsical. It is very cynical. It is very sarcastic. It has a way of telling the message in a very direct way. It leaves little room for misinterpretation, and I feel like under the energy that we're under, we need to know exactly what it is. No holds bars, straight to the truth, straight no chaser type deal. Okay. So, and I will be doing a 10 card Celtic cross. I should say a minimum 10 card because sometimes I draw more than one card for a position, but we're going to use that Celtic cross spread. We'll say that. All right. So let me see what's coming in for Aquarius. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. And just like what I said, I'm feeling the need to draw two cards. Okay, so what's the general energy for the month of March? Oh, wait a minute, baby. You're working on yourself emotionally. Let me get these cards together, y'all. Maybe it's going to be better like this. There we go. You're working on yourself emotionally. Let's take a look at the King of, well, there we go. Let's take a look at the King of Cups from the beginning. You're trying to get a more stable emotional approach or response to certain situations. I feel like some of my Aquarius is your first response to certain things is just to try to drink it away. And it's like, nah, I mean, it works, but I feel like you need to be more present in certain situations. And that's what you're realizing. It definitely can apply to family situations and relationships. So that's what the month is going to be focused on. Okay. You're trying to get it right with the Eight of Pentacles. She is painting, and what you can't see, because I know my camera is like crappy, but each plate has a different color on it. And so I look at this as she's perfected the blue one, and because she perfected the blue one, she was able to go off and do the yellow, the red, the green, the orange. You got very detailed. So I feel like you're going to be taking a very deep look at yourself this month. um a month full of introspection and reflection, a month full of dissecting dissecting yourself and dissecting your emotional responses. I feel like for some Aquariuses, I mean, you already know that in a way, because I feel like for some of you, and I know that's the general for Aquarius is that they're deemed aloof and they're deemed detached and they're deemed emotionally distant. That doesn't mean that y'all don't have emotions. It's just that you portray them in such a controlled way that I feel like some people don't feel like you care at all sometimes. So, and this been brought to your attention over and over and over again. And so I feel like it's coming to a head, and that's what you're going to be continuing to work on. If you haven't started, you're going to be continuing to work on it. Now, what is crossing? What is crossing you now? Oh, and I do want to say this too. I feel like for some of you, you're also working, you're just continuing to work really hard at home. You're full of responsibilities as well, just trying to, maintain and keep it right, and stack up and save. Okay, now what's going on? What's crossing it? The Hermit. I just said that you probably going to want to spend some time being in an introspective mood or whatever. You have the energy of the Hermit coming in. I feel like as a confliction, I feel like you're gonna it's instead of it's like what you need to do, but there's a little bit of resistance to change when this Hermit comes in. She is trying to get herself clean. And then at the bottom it says something about remove these hard age spots. And these are things I think you're trying to remove the blemishes, but in removing the blemishes, I feel like there's going to be a restrictive air there, only because you know that it's going to bring about change. Sometimes we get so used to responding, and we create a safe zone, put it like that. We create a safe zone of how we should act and what we should do. And this what you're going through right now is requiring you to come out of that safe zone. It's requiring you to go in it by yourself, which is not bad, because y'all don't mind. Y'all are a very independent sign. I feel like I don't think it's the independence that's going to bother you. I feel like it's the what you may find. You may be troubled by what you may find. I feel like some of you don't realize how you come off to other people. Not in a bad way, but I feel like if you once you start digging and looking and understanding, then you can then you'll start to see, whereas before you didn't really see. You'll start to see how some people will say, well, you just act like you don't care, and well, I know I can't come to you if you're just not gonna, I need somebody that's gonna pull me in and hug me in. And I feel like some people feel like Aquariuses don't do that, or you don't do that, Aquarius, and they need that. And so you didn't. Excuse me, we had a car to drop out, which was my mistake. Um, you're gonna be seeing how you're perceived by other people, and it's not that you don't go by what other people think of you, but I feel like the people who have led you to this point in time in your life to examine your emotions, I feel very strongly that this is family. It has led you to this. You care about them, and you want them to see you in a good light, and you want them to feel positively about you, and you want them to know that you can always come to me. And it's really going to make this is a time for self-examination. And it's the people who you truly care about. You're willing to do it because of them. Okay. And it's some things you're gonna see about yourself. I feel like that it's like, yeah, wow, I didn't realize I came off that way. Now on the flip side, I can see it in another way too, that you might start meeting people or engaging with people who mirror how you behave. And you're gonna at first gonna be like, dang, she's rude. Da, 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 da. You may not even know that you're taking offense to it, but if you think about it deeply, they are mirroring what you do back to everybody else. So just keep that in mind, Aquarius. Okay. Um, let's go on to what's going on in your subconscious, or why this is all happening. It's all happening. It's all happening because you're realizing that it is a time of change. You're realizing it's time to start over and do things a little different. It comes with maturity. Okay, going back to this King of Cups. Only the King of Cups, he is very mature in his emotions. He's very secure within his emotions. He knows how to show his emotions in a balanced way, both positive emotions and not so positive emotions. So it's the maturity. You're growing up. You're transitioning to a different phase in your life, and so now you have this. Whereas now you have this boost of energy, and you have this idea of what you need to do. That's there, for you. That's what's pushing you along, because you're really at a point where you're ready to make changes. Okay. What's been going on in your recent past? Page of Wands. I feel like um for those who are feeling this way due to family, it may be because of a child, fire sign child. um this child is a prankster. Definitely likes to have fun, real light and airy, can get into trouble sometimes, don't really mean anything by it. But I feel like you've had some encounters with a child, and I feel like this child is the one like, dang, mommy, dang, daddy, like you're stiff, or you're mean, or why do you have to, why are you so serious all the time? And so with this, because this is about a message as well, okay? I feel like, and like I said, I feel like someone put you on to this. They told you exactly like how you come off, or made you privy to it. And whereas before you wasn't really entertaining it, you're at a point now where you're entertaining it and really listening and absorbing what they're saying. So, definitely a message came in. You're not really liking what you're hearing. And so, it's time for improvement. Okay. My spread is being messed up. Okay. What's known to be true right now? The Fool. You are getting rid of the things that you don't need. And you're realizing that there's a need for some softening. There's a need for some emotional display. And so you're just going to head off on this journey. You know that it's going to be okay. Okay, I feel like you're almost feeling like you're stepping into uncharted territory, because you're exposing a part of yourself that you choose usually to keep hidden. But you're understanding, in order to improve this relationship with the Eight of Pentacles with this child, that this is needed. Okay. So do that thing. I'm about to call y'all Geminis. Maybe this is regarding you and a Gemini. But do that thing, Aquarius. It's time to step out there and speak your mind. Especially, if someone hurts your feelings, instead of just grinning it up. Well, not necessarily grinning, but um not making a big deal about it, and you just going on about your business. Express it. Now, I'm not saying go off and just start cussing somebody out and you did this, and start, with all this blaming. But you can say, remember when you said this to me? Yeah. Well, don't do the yeah, because I know y'all. It hurt my feelings when you said that. To admit that someone hurt your feelings does not mean that you are fragile, Aquarius. And I feel like I'm saying this for somebody out there, like, who doesn't like to admit when their feelings are hurt. It's okay to admit that your feelings are hurt. It's okay to admit, you know what, I need a hug right now. It's okay that if you see someone in distress and you internally you feel yourself wanting to give them a hug, and you feel that jerk. But I feel like sometimes you guys, some of y'all resist the jerk. I feel like there's a jerk forward. My body feel like it's being jerked forward, like you want to go do it, but you don't. Something says no. Don't do that. And so you listen to that in your mind, and I'm feeling like this is the month where you need to go against that, and because it's just a natural reaction that you have, that you've built in your mind, and in your how you respond to people. But it's, as you grow up and as you mature, emotionally mature, you're going to see that, you know what, you need to put what you feel safe to the side to be there for somebody else. Like this, yeah. Um, if there's somebody out there that you really you care about and you don't tell them, and you need to tell them, just be, I just feel like this is a time to be more open with your emotions, to with people and with yourself, because you're robbing yourself the ability to feel. And I know it places you in a very vulnerable situation, but I feel like there's something to be benefited out of it. It makes you step out of your comfort zone. And only when you step out of your comfort zone is when you're going to start to make big changes. And you do want to make changes. You want this thing to be right with the Eight of Pentacles. You definitely want it to be right. So just be open. Just be open. Be ready to take on. Be ready to take on this task, and be more. Be more compassionate. And I feel like you already are compassionate, but be able to display your compassion on a more intimate level. Your family and your I feel like some of your friends may need it as well. Now, for some Aquarius, this may not be a bigger issue for you. You may have other signs, especially for I feel like this message is more so for my Aquarius moon people. It could be Aquarius sun and moon. But sorry, I keep knocking cards out. But it's about your emotional expression. The people in your circle need it, Aquarius. Okay, they look to you for guidance, and they also look to you for emotion. And I feel like there's some frustration around that. They don't really get it all the time. Okay. All right. So what's coming up in the near future? I'll say within the next 2 weeks to the next month. The Hierophant. Well, if it wants to stand up. Like I said, deep introspection, deep reflection, probably a need for some solitude, definitely. You're committed to this thing. You are tuning in. You're looking within. I feel like for some of you, because the Hierophant can talk about education, you may be reading self-help books, how to communicate, learning to, for some of you, I feel like there are some of you who blow up over little things, and maybe it was this child. Maybe this child looks like this little boy. He looks like what's the little boy? Leave It to Beaver, Mr. Wilson. He looks like him to me. Just always up to something mischievous. And maybe I feel like this baby is a jokester. And this baby did something and maybe spilled something or broke something, and you flipped the out. And it made you check yourself, like, dang, did he really deserve that? Like, it could not necessarily be a child, but it could be a person who acts kind of childish, and I feel like for y'all just let that person have it, and they was like, dang, it was just a joke, and you took it to a whole nother level. It could be that too. I got a lot of messages coming, a couple of things coming in for y'all. So learning how to definitely be open in love, and learning how to control your tongue when you're angered, you know. So let's see what else we have. How you feeling about this situation right now? Three of pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. You're ready to do the work. You're ready to do the work. You're understanding what's needed. With the Nine of Pentacles, and I feel like you want to do it alone. There's a strong need. You have two cards that are about being independent. You have the Hermit and the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of you probably, as you do this, you're going to be doing a lot of thinking when you're at work. You may even be engulfing yourself at work. That may be where you're spending your alone time. If you're usually sociable at work, you're going to be keeping more to yourself, just because your mind is so fixed on resolving this. I will say to you, Aquarius, this is something that is not going to be resolved in 1 month. Okay, this is an energy that's coming in because you have 1, 2, 3 so far major arcana cards. This is major life stuff. This is not something that's going to be resolved in 1 month or maybe even 2 months. This is something that you're adding to your yearly list of Aquarian improvements. You feel what I'm saying? But you're just understanding that there's a need for improvement in this area, and you're going to be starting that in this month if you haven't already started it. All right. How your what's going on in your surroundings? I need 2 cards. Well, my cards won't act right. Okay. You have the Chariot and the Queen of Wands. I feel like what's going on around you, and maybe that's a part of what's going on around you. You have a lot of energy going on around you. I just feel strong, just like whirling. Things are going to be moving very fast. I feel like you you're going to be struggling trying to maintain. I feel like things are going to be demanded of you a lot. You're going to have a lot of demands with the Queen of Wands. It could be from a Queen of Wands or a male or female fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, to get things done. Or this could be just the attitude that you have, but we're talking about what's going on around you. I feel like this is a person. And I feel like it could be a spouse. It could be a spouse that's, like, yo, you need to get your shit together. You need to do this or whatever. But I'm gonna just tell you, Aquarius, don't allow anybody to rush you, because you need this time for yourself. You need this time to think about your next steps. You need this time to process what's going on around you. Like I said earlier, you're going to be really wanting to spend time alone, and you're going to be very reclusive. Okay. And I don't feel like your environment is going to like it, only because you have the tendency to you like your alone time anyway, but this is like alone time 2.0. You feel what I'm saying? Like, y'all really just want to you're really into yourself right now. And I kind of feel like it's one of those things where you have to kind of tuck yourself away, then you're going to emerge like a butterfly. You're going to emerge into something, to a changed being. But at this point, you have to. There's a strong need of doing that. There's no exceptions. And it's like the world, everything is going on around you. But there's a lot of people depend on you. It's probably going to make some people a little upset. But at this point in time in your life, I really don't think you care, because you know this is something that needs to be done, and you're going to have to charge it to the game. And you know that other people are capable, but it's just that they've been used to you doing the work so much that, you know, you're falling back a little bit. They're just like, what are you doing? You're like, listen, you got this. I need you to pick up the slack a little bit for me to help me. Okay. Um, so I can get this done. As advice, sorry, that's the alarm clock. As advice, Knight of Wands, make this thing your priority. Keep the energy, keep your energy level constant. Keep your goal. Stay focused on your goal. Stay determined. Um, this little boy to me looks like he is up to no doggone good. But I feel like this is what people are going to be thinking about you right now, because like I said, you're going to be kind of keeping to yourself. They're like, what is he up to? What is she up to? And you're just like, don't even worry about what I'm up to. You just watch me. Don't believe me. Don't believe me. Just watch. It's going to happen for me, and it's going to you'll see the transformation, because in the past there was the Knight of Wands, so there's progression into the past was the Page of Wands, and now you're progressing into the Knight of Wands. You're really going after this. It's telling you, don't get discouraged. It's telling you to be determined. You have the card of determination. I feel like this is aggravation though. The card of the Chariot. But it's telling you, like, keep going, keep pushing forward on this bicycle. This is just a learning experience for you. Keep your energy up, because you may experience low energetic moods, but no, it's saying keep with this thing, because you're going to like where you're going to come out. Okay. And so for the outcome, or what's going to be coming in towards the end of the month, the result of all your work. Yeah. Six of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. So with the Six of Pentacles, things are going to be more balanced. You're going to be sharing. This is one of these cards in this deck where I was talking about, like, there is no there's few, the way the cards are depicted, there's few ways that you can interpret it. This Six of Pentacles is talking about being able to share, being able to give. You know, the little baby, he's went this is candy. I know you can't really see it very well, but he went trick-or-treating, and he has his candy, and he's ready. He's ready to take all of it. He's being offered all of this, this platter of candy. He's like, oh yeah, I want all of it. But then he has two little goblins that's behind him, ghost goblin, that are waiting to get candy too. So it's talking about um taking only your fair share, getting your fair share, being cognizant of the need to look out for others. Very humanitarian type, for what's what's going to be good for everybody. This baby is happy about this candy, but I feel like part of him wants to take it all, but I don't feel like he's going to take it all, because he does know that you do have to share, and that's where you're coming to. That's the place where you're understanding you do have to share your emotions. You do have to give back. People need to see that from you. um 4 swords, take some time. Don't over analyze too much. Don't overthink things too much. Make sure you take mental breaks, because what I do feel too is that you have the chance, the propensity to just go overboard with this thing. You like, because I know y'all, when y'all get into something, you go into it full force, and there's no stopping you. So I feel like, as it's telling you, as you're going through this process, make sure you take some little breaks. Don't distract yourself too much from the family. You may even, and if you do, like when this Queen of Wands comes in, male, female, fire sign, telling you like, what the hell, man? Like, you just, every time you come home, you're in the room all day long. You're not saying anything. Da 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 da. Take that as a cue. Like, you know what? Maybe I'm doing just a little bit too much, and I need to come on out of my shell just for a little bit. Um, but don't get, like this said, don't get too lazy about it. Stay on it. Take some time off. Remember that you gotta at least see the family an hour or two a day, just to spend some time with them. So don't totally seclude yourself, because I know you guys have the propensity to do so. But take some mental rest periods. Give yourself a break. Don't just take such a serious approach to this thing that you forget to be lighthearted. Okay, because you still need to be lighthearted. So I have the wisdom for healing card. We're gonna draw 2 cards to see how this is gonna help, or what else can you do to help, or what can you do to what you can remember. I'm just, oh, my words, y'all. I don't know what's y'all gotta tell me. I don't know what's going on, because my words just be all over the place, or not at all. Losing my train of thought. I feel like I'm being downloaded with stuff. So we're just gonna keep it as that. I'm transitioning. All right. First card. Clear out the debris. Get rid of that needs to um be so controlled in your emotions. Well, not controlled, but so aloof. Like I said, you're going to be seeing that it doesn't work for you. Or if it's not you already getting rid of it completely, at least lessening it, being able to show a little bit more emotions, hug and give your significant other a kiss just randomly, or not just because they ask, and that all that good stuff. um because I feel like it's bringing you down. Bring this up just a little bit. It's been bringing you down. It's been bringing the energy around you down as well. You've just been going through the motions. So it says and she's sweeping it all away. She's getting rid of it. She doesn't need it anymore. You see it as not benefiting you anymore. Engage in psychic cleansing. How much debris do you carry in your energy field? Debris is generated by irritation, stress, unfinished business, and mental and emotional toxin. It's distracting and disempowering to the healing process. Your goal is to release unnecessary thoughts and emotions. Like I said earlier, like with the example that I used with the kid, and they probably broke something and you just blew up with them, or somebody disappointed you and you just took it to a whole nother level. Examine those energies. Examine why that there situations like that, You just don't blow up just because they made a mistake. You blow up because there was something already going on, and that just exacerbated it. And you know that um, you just exploded like a volcano. You have to go back and understand the underlying issues, the root causes of your stress, of the reason why you come off a little cold and distant. You know, if that, even that is something that goes back to your parent, you being parented, or your parents, your upbringing, or your parents. This is stuff that I feel like is a reflection of how um you were taught, or you were shown how to display emotion, how to display affection and intimacy. So a lot of inner child issues will be examined as well. Familiar issues will be examined. Expect that coming in for the month of March. Looking at previous relationships. And what you're going to start to see, Aquarius, is that all of these relationships, even though they're of different natures, they're all the same and they're all connected because you treat them all the same. You've treated them, you behave in the same regard in all of those relationships. Some of them, you know, like I said, family, they get a little bit more, but it's not, it's still, I guess from a family's point of view, they need a little bit more regardless. So it's not like you're not personable, because people love you, and people, they always look to you. And I think that's where the confliction comes in, because you come off so friendly and you come off so sociable, but there's a part of you that they know that they just can't get to, in a sense. And so I think that's where the confusion comes in. um, just let people know you're making yourself more emotionally accessible to those who you want to have that access to you. So allow that to happen. Okay. The other one we have is see God in all things. It says put yourself in slow motion and observe everything. Like I said, you're going to be by yourself for a little bit, and everyone through the lens of this is sacred and it speaks to me. How does that change your environment? Your goal to learn the spiritual practice of seeing God in all things. Um, Again, seeing God in all things requires us to look through our spiritual eye. It requires us to, um, instead of blowing up and getting mad about certain things, understand, take the more spiritual perspective. If there was something that didn't go your way, you had plans that were canceled, look at it as, you know what, maybe I wasn't supposed to be there. Maybe I was supposed to be right at home, you know, with the kids, or maybe I wasn't supposed to go out. And you know, you have to be able to look at the alternative instead of getting instantly upset. um and getting in your feelings about it. And I'm not, Aquarius, I'm not ragging on y'all. I'm just throwing some things out there. Be able to see things from another perspective. Be able to see it in a way that instead of looking at it how it hinders you, look at how it can benefit you. Because if it benefits you, you guys have such an energy about you that you affect all the people around you. You can't help it. So when you start to look at it in that type of perspective, that, you know, if I'm doing this to benefit me, it's going to, you shine so brightly that you're going to end up benefiting. It's going to benefit the people around you because they feed off of you. Okay. So understand, this is something that I feel like is definitely tied to the crown chakra, being able to see the universal consciousness in the all, and being able to understand that how your energy affects other people. That's the reason why you got to get rid of this stuff. There are some hidden there's some hidden reservations, there's some hidden feelings of resentment, there's stress. A lot of you guys are under stress right now and not communicating that. But be able to do that. Open up, be a little bit more intimate, hug your babies, hug your husband, hug your wives, hug your sister, hug your mom, hug everybody, hug your coworkers. Just radiate love and let people know, you know, because I feel like once you do this, Aquarius, and I know this is a long video, but I feel like once you start to show that softening, people are gonna be coming to you. They already come to you anyway, but I feel like there's somebody out there, and this might not be for all of y'all. This may be something very specific, but there's somebody who's waiting to see that side of you so they can come to you to one, this is a couple of situations, to tell you how they feel about you. And two, they have some things that I feel like this person believes that only you can help them with their situation or provide the guidance that they need. But they feel like the way you come off is that you wouldn't understand from an emotional standpoint. But once they start to see this side of you, they're like, oh, okay, well she does feel, he does have emotions. Okay, maybe I can go ahead and talk to him about this. And so you're gonna have some people coming to you for guidance. So you are a beacon of light to a lot of people in your circle. You can't escape that, Aquarius. So this is the time for you to move into another phase of your life and open up and allow intimacy to flow in. Okay. Thank y'all so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. If you would like a personal reading with me, my information is in the description box. So thank you. I love y'all, Aquarius. Bye.